Hi everybody, Alex Employer here from Expert Forex, and in today's video we're going to be looking at 4 sources of settings for your Liberator robots. And as a bonus, I'm going to throw in a 5th source. 10 days ago we launched the Liberator range, which consists of the Wave Liberator and the RSI Liberator, and there are going to be a few that follow on this one. And we also supplied a whole lot of information about settings, which I'm going to go through in this video. So we're going to look at the supplied settings on the marketing pages. We're also going to be looking at the default settings. We're going to be looking at supplied settings in the paid forum, and we're going to be looking at soon to be supplied settings. And then as a bonus, I'm going to show you how I find the very best settings for the linked service and for all my robot trading. Okay, so let's have a look at the settings that are supplied on the marketing page of the Wave Liberator. And to find those settings, I just go down on the page like that, go down, and you'll see them pretty soon as we go down. And here they are. Click here to see an analysis of back traded history. So that's what the settings are. They are merely an analysis of the back traded history. So I'm going to click on that, and here we are. So there's a discussion on the back traded tested results. You can go and read that, how they were created. There's a warning about the use of these files, because any failed robot trader will tell you that shared settings do not work right away. You have to test them even a bit further. And then we have a recommended process, and the recommended process here is to either start with the default settings or some of the settings shown below, and then trade the Wave Trader or the RSI Trader on demo accounts for 2 weeks, testing various time frames and various setting variations to make you perfectly happy with the results that you are experiencing, and also to make sure that the settings you are using are perfect for your particular broker account. Okay, so here we are. We have the Wave Liberated results, and what we've done is we've back tested them, or optimized and back tested them for a number of currencies. There is the income generated, the drawdown generated, and the return on risk ratio, which is basically your income divided by your drawdown, and that's the risk return ratio. So we got optimized settings, and then we had the best return on risk ratio settings. So from the results of optimization, we took the best settings, and then we went and found the best return on risk ratio giving a reasonable income, and there we are. They all listed there. But then we didn't stop there. We then went into the actual settings, and we looked at the optimized settings, and we looked at firstly the direction of trade, the look back period, the price gap, target that was used, the closed dollar amount that was used, and the pip closure. So we extracted the major settings for the EA, and we analyzed them per currency to give you an idea of which settings are the most common and happen all the time, and you can go and study that. So that is for the optimized settings, and then we did it for the drawdown settings, the same analysis. So we've actually provided you with fantastic information. We've provided you with the settings, that the major settings that have resulted in those figures that we've just seen previously, plus we've done a comparison analysis for the various currencies. And then we've also provided you with a template that we used to create these settings. So we've basically told you what the start, the step, and the stop is for all the major settings that we optimized and tested. So there's a great starting point if you want to do your own optimization and testing. There's the template that we used. Now, all this information is also available for the RSI Liberator, so you can click on the same link for the RSI Liberator. So let's go back to the marketing page. So the second set of settings that we provided you are the default settings, and here they are. There are the default settings that we suggest that you start trading with. So again, we've supplied you with settings. Those settings can be used for the 15-minute time frame, for the 30-minute time frame, and for the 1-hour time frame. And as we suggest here, and I'm going to read it again, we strongly suggest implement process should be to demo trade the wave liberator for 2 to 3 weeks using all three of the time frames and using variations of these settings. So you might look at these settings and say, no, my lot sizing should be higher, or whatever you personally think should be made differently. You can provide that, and then you forward trade them on demo accounts for 2 to 3 weeks to see the results that you get. So that covers point one, the supplied settings supplied on the marketing page, and then the default settings. I myself use the default settings as my starting settings. Then the third source of settings is on the paid forum, and here we are on the paid forum, and there's a section here, enjoy the premium member benefit. So there's benefit 1, benefit 2, and so on. I'm going to go right down to benefit 17. It's the owners forum. You click on that and it opens up, and in the liberator, the RSI liberator and the wave liberator, there are wave liberators strategies, and you go in there and you'll find the more settings, actual proven liberator settings there, actual proven liberator settings there. So there are settings for the various proven accounts that are also available in the linked service. So that covers the third item, settings that are supplied in the paid forum, and we will obviously be increasing those settings as ones become available. And then we're going to look at number 4, to be supplied soon, because these are brand new robots and they've been adjusted quite a bit, so they do not have historical data. And what we are doing is we are forward trading on demo accounts a whole lot of strategies that are pretty good and will be available in about 3 weeks time. We can't supply these settings now because they are tested. They are being tested, but certainly in 3 weeks time we will supply some of these settings that are generating these great results. As you can see, most of the tests are positive. There are a few that aren't, and some of the results have been, here's one that's generated 20% in less than a week. Some of these tests have only been running for 1 or 2 days, so it gives you an idea of how new the tests are. And as we come up with strategy ideas, like for instance at the moment a trader's come up with a strategy idea to trade the 5-minute time frame. We've tested it and it is producing the most amazing results. So as time goes on, we'll be adding strategies to the testing pool, and once this has been completed for a period of a month, we will start releasing these accounts into the linked service, but also to the owners of the Liberty robots. And then the bonus one, how do I find the best results? And a lot of these results come from this method that I'm going to show you right now. And I've actually detailed this method on the marketing page. Again, a lot of information comes from the marketing page. I hope you've read the marketing page over and over again. There's just so much information that comes from it. But essentially, here is it managing risk and profits using these simple settings. So what I would do is I would start with the default settings and let them run on different time frames, and maybe make some minor adjustments to the default ones on some of the accounts. And then if an account is battling, if it's producing too much drawdown, here are some of the changes that I will make. And there they are. That's very mechanical. You just follow those suggested changes and your results will improve. But essentially, I can tell you now that the biggest changes you can make is reduce your lot sizing. The minute you reduce your lot sizing, your drawdown goes down. That's normal. Also, increasing the gap size. The gap size setting is a major change that you can make to reduce drawdowns. So instead of having a 20 pip gap size, you can go for a 25 or 30 pip gap. So just those two changes will change your life in terms of the drawdowns that you experience. The EA itself is intrinsically positive, so you don't have to worry about strategies that generate negative results. You need to just control the drawdown. So that's as simple as it is. That's how I do it. I just take the defaults, trade them, make changes on a continuous basis, and after 2 or 3 months I have almost perfect settings in place. Now you don't need to take 2 or 3 months. You can just do it in 2 or 3 weeks. It's important that you go through this process and experience the big changes that can be made to your drawdown and profit result. Now I hope you found this video interesting, and I hope you've now found those 4 sources of settings for the Liberator robot, and also the 5th one, which is most probably the most important one, because if you can start generating your own settings for your own broker account, that is the first prize for any robot trader. As always, the links to items mentioned in this video will be in the description of the video as well as in the first commentary. So from me, Alex Deploy, cheerio.